Oh, yeah.
Spirit knowledge, positive knowledge, experience.
Now give an example of the
Inferred knowledge,
Yeah.
you see smoke. That's the degree of inferred. You don't know whether it's a fire or not, but you see smoke. And so that's an inference. So that's what the definition of inferred is. Positive knowledge is when you actually see the fire, where the smoke is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So now you actually see it. Experience knowledge is when you put your hand in the fire and get burned.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's the experience, the power of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
But there are many more degrees in the experience
That's right.
type of knowledge.
That's right.
Sometimes I ask the brothers just to check. See, I said, do you remember that lecture? I said, they remember some of it. But peace and falsehood going swimming one day. It's kind of hard, Some of them can remember some of it. Falsehood got in the swimming pool first and put peace clothes on, truth clothes on, and went running down the hill. Somebody said, there goes truth, running down the hill. And then a little ways later, old lady heard her, and she said, no, truth don't run that fast. Then later on, truth got out of the pool and wouldn't put falsehood clothes on and went running down.
He put falsehood clothes on.
No, he didn't.
He wouldn't put
them on. He went running down the hill butt naked. And the old lady saw him and she said, now there goes the butt naked truth. I think about some of the things Mr. Lewis said and the way he did it. And he was an amazing brother.
No. No, you close your eyes and listen to him talk and think he's an unbelievable hunger. And you do, because that spirit was there, same spirit. Same spirit was there.
Mr. Lucian Bay. He was the best. It's time for us to go back to where is that? Is that in Alabama where his body is? No. That's
He's talking about George Henry Clark. Yeah, he's in down in Columbus, near the Alabama line.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's from Union Springs, Alabama.
Lucian's still down in
Yeah. Still the body's still interred there. Yeah.
I was down there yesterday.
In Dublin?
Yeah.
You went down to the grave?
No. I was rushing. No, I go down on Saturdays to get fresh vegetables.
Okay, I hear.
The white farmers come in, and other whites come in and buy their vegetables from them. So I started doing that about 3 years ago. Because you can't get nothing out of the store. So they buy those vegetables from each other.
All of it's organic. Huh?
Yeah, they get it out their garden. Especially East Dublin, going all the way to Wrightsville, Johnson County. That's what they do. And they had string beans, squash. When I saw the fresh tomatoes, I said, God, and see, a lot of us, we done stopped.
Yeah, that whole deal, brother, all of us, man, got to be remade. Look at the whole thing differently, man, because we're doing everything that's detrimental to our spiritual, physical, and mental health, man. Most stuff is poison.
All three.
So it's about the education. I mean, that goes to all of them. Those who control the internet, those who control the media. That little handful of people who are
Propaganda.
they got the gold, man. So they can buy out most people. But they don't know there's not enough self-interest to continue to poison the earth. Not enough self-interest. They live on the earth too.
What period are we in now?
Now, you said it.
The measurement. Yeah, I'm talking about.
You talking about the yugas and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know about that yuga. I mean, I'm familiar with it, but it'd be like no solution. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Yeah, but you know, that's a lot of the truth in the mythology, you know.
Great War. Great War.
Yeah.
And
That's the truth in the mythology.
And today, what we see, what happened, how India was divided in the north, those are areas in the north.
That might be, I don't know. But I know historically about it, you know.
Yeah, I was just.
Yeah, I know you got it. That's history. The history's written like that. All I really know is what's here right now.
Yeah, dark.
Huh?
Dark.
Where?
This is a dark age. I can agree with that. This is the dark age way.
I know they call it the Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
And there's also a goddess Kali.
I had to pull it out of it.
Yeah. They call it the Kali Yuga. But in the midst of the Kali Yuga, according to that story, there's supposed to be a 10,000 year break, the golden age in the middle of the Treta Yuga.
Yeah.
There's no many right in the middle of Kali Yuga. Yeah, that might be true. I don't know. But I do know that we have to engage in purifying our existence because we've been thoroughly contaminated with our acquaintanceship with the material world. And those folks who's maintaining the material world don't know any better. They just want that little handful of them. Because the masses of people, just eating, sleeping, mating, and defending.
The illusion.
That's right. And we call it Maya too, see. But even there's some people who declare that a lot of stuff, even a lot of some declare that Krishna didn't exist. And some declare that Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita. But they got a whole, it's just too much of stuff that's just made up, sit around and made up stuff. We got him from before his birth, during his birth, and youth and old age, the whole deal. And he's called the original man, the Asiatic black man. And doesn't mean any racial stuff about it, because the first teaching in the East is that we're not the material body. We're spiritual beings, having a material experience. That's first teaching. But it's just that this primary teaching was spoken by the original man. And they have records that the original man is the black man. And that black man manifested on earth, and they called him Krishna. He had other names. Like I was talking to George Muhammad one time.
Last time you seen.
It's been quite a while.
Okay.
Quite a while. All right now. But I was talking to him one time. Now, by the grace of our Supreme Being, he studied man and still studying stuff. For fun. That's what I do for fun. So he tried to challenge me on other names of Krishna. I most of them more or less ignored him, man, because see, the brother they call him Krishna because of the color, but he came according to the authorities in that thing. His pure devotees to come to that line. He came in its original form. But we know the real thing is beyond form and formlessness. All duality. The real being, our supreme being, is beyond form and formlessness.
Morehouse education.
That's all it is. It's still plantation. So, but anyway, But say when he came in the original form, the original color. So he came, some people want to say it's blackish, some say blue-black. But the brother, they say it's so beautiful, so black and so beautiful, they call him Shama Sundara. Sham means black, Dara means beautiful. And so the word Krishna itself means black and beautiful. When they say black, it's all attractive. Because it absorbs everything.
Highly melanated.
Anything. And so they say he is called the original Asiatic black man. And we say this planet, once upon a time, this whole planet was called Uzza. We corrupted as Asia. Whole planet. And they don't have in a record, no date. The date at the beginning of this black man on earth. And we don't want to sound racist about it.
No, I've seen that somewhere.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. You got that man out of ancient India too. They said these people, you trace that thing, and even archaeologists, most archaeologists who are really honest about it, they trace to the beginning of Homo sapiens to Africa. But when it comes to the planet, we don't have any records of the beginning of the black man on the planet. Everyone else we can trace to the beginning. Say it's all right, here's the base right there, right? But from that person, because of geographical adaptation, man's inherent wonderness, because of many researchers, humanoids have come out with different facial features and different colors to live in a particular environment, more or less melanin and stuff, kind of hair enables us to live in certain environments. But all of us come from one original person. And that original person is a black man. I'm sorry to sound like that, because I know that some people here that don't want to accept it. We were looking at the teachings. It's like when we compare, we don't go and worry about who is the best religion. Look at the teachers of those religions as best you can, and just get the best teachers. You ain't lying, because religion is supposed to help us understand who we are, who God is. If it's not doing that, it's just wasting our time. If we just go and eat some mac and cheese and collard greens, then
bad shit.
Bad, really bad shit. But religion. So we leave that alone. We're spiritual beings, so it's a spiritual struggle we engage in. And the real battle goes on within us first. We say the real jihad is against those enemies within ourselves, man. Those enemies that try to keep us down, that lower self. So you got two of them in there. So you want to feed the higher self. Associated with the higher self. So you got two of them in there. The lower self is the ego. The ego. Anything you try to do, it tries to do the opposite. It wants us to do the opposite. So the thing is, we try to be constantly limits of our supreme being, because that gives us strength to resist the devil. The devil within us. That's
the greatest one.
Yeah, that's real. That's the real jihad, man. Most of us want to see an enemy outside so we can blame them. But when you start claiming that enemy inside us, that means we have to take responsibility for our own condition. See? We take responsibility. We say we'll reach what we have sown. In our ignorance, we sow that nonsense because of our dirty consciousness. We were talking the other day about when the consciousness is dirty, we're attracting dirty thoughts, everything. So dirty thoughts, dirty feelings, dirty willing, dirty doing. And those dirty doings come back around to us through some kind of instrument. It could be an animal, it could be a dog, it could be the weather. But any kind of circumstances that inflict negativity on us. But it's our own doing. But most of us do not want to take responsibility for our condition. We want to blame somebody else. If it wasn't for them, I'd be able to do this. No. It's on us. So how can I alleviate that suffering? I've got to clean up inside. When I clean up the consciousness, when I clean up the thoughts. When my thoughts are clean, the more my feelings are clean. The more my feelings are clean, the more my willings are clean. The more my willings are clean, the more my doings are clean. And then I suffer less.
This is a job.
It is a full-time job.
Right.
Can't blame anyone else for it but ourselves too, either. So it's a whole new way of looking at the self. That's why we say the so-called brother. All of us, we gotta be remade, man. We gotta be born again. Really born again. Born in spirit. Come out of that old nonsense that somebody taught us. Who taught us that nonsense? That we're a physical being.
Enemy.
Who taught us that? Huh? And so this is a whole nother way of looking at life and looking at the self. Different situation, because we say heaven and hell is right here. You don't have to die to go to either one of them.
Condition.
It's right here. It's right here.
I remember condition.
That's true. We're walking around in heaven right now.
A lot of us don't know.
Good. Some of us be in hell right now too. Same environment.
A lot of us don't know that.
Our own conditions, man. And who sent this hell around? Me. I'm responsible for it. That's the whole little thing, man, because otherwise we point our finger out that way. But you remember that thing about we point our finger out that way? How many fingers are pointed back at us?
A lot of more than
You got three of them, at least three of them pointed back this way.
a whole lot.
But it's easy to blame someone else, man. Try to take it off of you. But that makes us weaker. Because we got this ubiquitous they. They are doing it to me, you know, they. I said, I got this great big they that I can't even see. But they is the one who's doing it. So who is they? That we got to question. Who is this they? I said, they is me. I'm the one. It's on me. I am the one. It's on me. So how do I get this devil off me? That's where your purification got to come. Hey, Derek, how you doing, man?
Bro.
Yes, sir. So we're engaged in some kind of spiritual practice, but we're not getting purified of those devils out of ourselves with that lust. Lust first. Because from lust comes anger and greed. Also, from lust comes illusion. From that anger becomes madness. From that greed becomes envy. So you have 6 of them. Yeah, that's 6 of them. Yeah. It's within our own consciousness. With our own consciousness. Lust, and that, how do we fall into lust? Identifying with the body as a self. We fall into that thing thinking the body is a self, so we got to gratify the material body. I got to enjoy. What? Enjoy what? The senses, eyes, nose, tongue, belly, genitals. Because I think that's me. But I'm never satisfied. Because the kingdom that I'm seeking outside is really within me. Huh?
That's true.
This kingdom is within. But I've been programmed and being programmed to go outside to look at it, to find it. And it's not out there. So the more I try to gratify the eyes, I come up with unfulfilled. Same with the nose, same with the tongue, same with the hearing. I can listen to noise until it just tear up my eardrum. We still want more. Why? Because it's not the self. That's an illusion. We're trying to get satisfaction out of something that's not us. It's an illusion. It's a mirage. It's empty. It's an illusion. There's no real being.
It's like a reflection from the wall.
That's all it is, man. And so we run after that like people out in the desert. They think there's a water up there. You get up there, there's nothing there. It's a mirage. So we're not satisfied, we're not fulfilled. We keep on striving like a donkey with a carrot in front of his head, man. You know, we keep trying to get it, and we never get it. Huh? So it's a lack of knowledge of self. When we say lack of knowledge of self, we got to go deeper. We got to go deeper than the material body. Lack of knowledge of self, we don't know the real self. The real self is eternal, full of unlimited bliss and knowledge. The real self, the spirit, pure energy, force, pure force. Yeah? primeval energy, the life force, the prana, real self. It's not affected by any material conditions, free from all dualities. No dualities there. Absolute. We say, like we mentioned the other day, right? An undifferentiated, indivisible, undifferentiated, supreme, absolute existence. The real self. And that real self is within and beyond everything. The trees, the birds, the bees, the earth, everything. That's why the trees can grow. Because that life force, that energy, frequency, vibration, pure energy, frequency, vibration. So the trees can grow. They're alive.
They're very old.
They're alive, very much alive too. It has intelligence there too, see?
You put your hand on the trunk or two.
That's true. I'm saying that supreme being is within and beyond the earth. Within and beyond everything. That's why the trees can grow. Same force that's inside of this body right here is the same force that's inside of everything. So our goal of our life is to reawaken to our union with this force.
That takes what?
Full time. Full time. We don't have any time to talk about I'm killing time. See, so our whole spiritual process is having this supreme being, this life force at the center of everything we're doing. So we say our submission for us, submission means, yeah, it's part of it to say, it is the will of God, inshallah, and keep on moving. But the idea is that submission, surrender, offering, service, they're synonymous, mean the same thing to us. If I submit something to you, I gave it to you, didn't I? If I surrender it to you, I offered it to you, didn't I? Is that right?
That's true.
Surrender, offering, surrender, submission, service. I service I'm offering to you. Huh? So that's what we do. But why do we do that? Because that helps us to think about the Supreme all the time. So why we want to think about the Supreme all the time? Because that's association. Association. Yeah, so the idea is that we do all this to help us be in constant remembrance. And constant remembrance is what? The purification mechanism, if you will. See? Constant remembrance. Why? Why constant remembrance of our Supreme Being? Because our Supreme Being is the most pure. Huh? Association brings forth what? Assimilation. So you be like what you associate with. See? So that's why, man, it's so important, man, they say, look here, brother, we don't have any time to play around with people who talking that talk, but want to
walk the walk.
But then still be in that, all that intoxication. See? We got to work up to get more purified. Be more purified, brother. It's serious business, man. So even we say part of our purification process, morning, man. We say what helps us in our purification process, we have to do as best we can. If it don't help us, we have to leave it alone.
That's true. Because
the main business is purification. So that association is crucial. You're going to be like the one you associate with, whether you want to or not. You want to know how to shoot pool? You got to go where they're shooting pool. And then find out who's shooting the best pool in the pool room. And get to know him, hang out with him. Huh?
That's right.
Association brings assimilation. So by constant remembrance of our Supreme Being, through our spiritual practice, we come back into that purified intelligence. You see? And we say our Supreme Being, man, is so rarefied. It's more rarefied than ether. Huh?
That's powerful.
Yeah, it's more, you see, so it's smaller than the smallest, and it's bigger than the biggest at the same time. Excuse me.
No, you're all right. Time.
You're all right. See? So it's more subtle than the ether. Rarefied air. It's more subtle than that. So that even those vibrations or the subatomic particles, most subtle subatomic particles that make up the ether and beyond, our Supreme Being is so small, so subtle that it's even within the spaces between the subatomic particles. Yeah? So we say it's smaller than the smallest, and it's bigger than the biggest simultaneously. Therefore, we say it's not just great, it's the greatest. Because it's smaller than the smallest, but and greater than the greatest simultaneously. It's just the greatest, that's superlative.
But their solutions, man, Elijah Muhammad, that was one of the questions. What is ether? What is ether?
What is ether?
Ratified.
It's subtle. We say
what response to the question asked by two men like that? I'm glad no solutions gave us that.
Okay, well get the rest in. We say that this your supreme being is more subtle than rarefied air. Rarefied air is very, very subtle, man. That's more subtle than that regular air. You can't see the air, can you? But it's here. But we're talking about that which is pervading and transcending even rarefied air. It's within and beyond it. It's within rarefied air, but even rarefied air cannot contain it. See? It's very, very subtle, man. We say it's the most subtle. Nothing can be more subtle than it is. And at the same time, nothing can be bigger than it is. But it's bigger than the big. You can see that.
That's something.
With your inner eye, you can look at that subtleness of rarefied air and beyond. You look at that and you say, well, what is that composed of? Pure intelligence. Pure intelligence. That's why we say that this thing is more subtle than consciousness and awareness. Because if someone says, because some declare that supreme being is purified, pure consciousness. Some claim that it's pure awareness. But we're talking about that which pervades and transcends even that. Because without that intelligence, well, what does consciousness know to be conscious of? Awareness know to be aware. I'm going by the rest. Awareness know what to be aware of. And the intelligence to do that. Huh? Therefore, we say that your supreme being is pure intelligence. And that intelligence is the very foundation of all being. Make sense?
Oh, yeah. Resolution. Woo. Said common sense is the most advanced form of knowledge that one could be in possession of. And it was so many of us that missed that when he said that. We missed that.
So something's right here.